Hi, now that the peak application period for European universities is here, I thought I would tell you about the new trends in European universities, especially for this academic year or for the coming academic years, so that you can get more prepared and you have an insight of what is required, what's going on, and basically what is new. So the first thing is that they are attracting more female students or candidates into science and technology. How are they doing that? By reducing the grade point. Usually I think 5 years ago, or maybe up to 2 years ago, there was the same baseline for the entry points for both male and female, and right now for international students it is varied. So the girls has been lowered down by 0.5 in terms of points for most universities, as a way to attract international female candidates to join the field. So if you have been hesitant, or somebody that has been thinking about it, worried about their grades, please let them know that for the girls there's usually a consideration, especially starting from this academic year. Encourage them to apply. I would like to encourage you to apply, because you're being encouraged if you are a person that is doing in the sciences, in technology, in design, in engineering and all those things, and you're female. Highly recommended. They are looking for you, and they're trying to get as many international female talent in that field as possible. Next is inclusion. Now, this is in so many sectors, but there is a trend where European universities are trying to attract as many diverse international students as possible. Back in the day when I studied in Italy, there was about 2-3 black people and about maybe 5 Asians, but now you can see that the number has increased significantly, and they are trying to make that even bigger by attracting a very diverse people from all over the world, Asia, Africa, America, into the classrooms, to make the table a little bit more balanced, by having candidates or students give like a global perspective, or giving them an opportunity to enjoy talent and interactions from all over the world. Now, the trend to attract so many international students comes with another trend, which is the expansion or the increase on the number of study programs that are taught in English at all different levels, from bachelor's degrees, diplomas, all the way to PhDs. In Europe, we see a bigger range of study programs. Back in the day, there would be like 2 or 3 in a faculty, that all international students would just be packed in those ones. But right now we see that for almost all the faculties, there is an English section and a section in the local language, be it Italian, be it German, be it Dutch, or whatever country language, wherever you are going to study in your study destination. So I think that is a plus, and it is a good way to attract international students, because then they don't have to come and learn the language, which was the prerequisite back in the day. Another trend that is a bit similar is the acceptance rate for international students. At the moment is a bit higher than it was before. There is more exposure, there's more advertisement for these study programs, of course, because they're taught in more than the local language, more than one languages. That attracts more talent and more candidates from different parts of the world. So there is more acceptance, and actually universities are bragging about this. If you can go to their websites, they're always like, oh, we have this year a total number of 10,000 international students, or we have places for 10,000 international students. It is like a trend and things that universities is bragging about. So take advantage of this and send your application as an international student. Do not shy away and think that all the places are just for the nationals. There is a place for you. On the other side, the flip side of things, there is a significant increase in the amount of application fees that are being paid, to send an application to a European university, any. Because back in the day when I studied here 10 years ago, I think when I first came here, most of the universities didn't pay application fees, but right now literally all of them pay application fees. If they don't pay application fees, they're going to ask you to bring a million other things, and the number of requirements has also gone really high. They are asking for so much more than they used to. The amount of money that you should have in your bank statement is a lot in my opinion, and it has increased. So basically there are some universities where you have to pay as much as 100 euros, and I remember I think I paid 10 euros to the university that I went to, and I was like, oh, why do we need to apply and pay money for that if we're going to pay tuition? Another trend which is on the rise is, you know, a huge amount of study visa deniers, like really huge. There's so many. I think there's more visa deniers right now than study visa approvals. Recently, I think it comes because the number of applicants has increased significantly. But back then, I remember when I shared my story about having my study visa denied, everybody was shook. Like, there was nobody really sharing such stories. Everybody was like a success. I remember a friend of mine, shout out Matthias, he went to the embassy and he told me his application took 2 days to process, and literally the embassy is the one that called him and they were like, come and get your study visa. So I've had stories from different people whose story is similar. I didn't hear anybody else apart from myself back in the day whose study visa was denied, but right now to hear somebody whose visa has been approved is a miracle. Like, it is. That's it from me. Comment down below if there's anything that you know used not to happen back in the day that you notice is happening right now, you know, as regards studying abroad, studying in Europe. Let me know, comment down, and I'll be happy to engage with all of you. Bye.